Hi, and welcome back to Wicked's Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that decides to take action towards something pretty quickly. It kind of feels to me like an overnight or over the weekend, that kind of vibe, right? Maybe picking up and moving, maybe ending something career-wise, romantic, family. But the key here seems to be somebody being able to kind of keep the details out of the conversation and maybe not have many conversations at all. But there is a way to get away from something that isn't a good situation for you. So it does feel like a bit of like a hopeful message. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I have to give a little shout out to Tiana with this gift. With this is the same cat, by the way. This is Bast. She thinks I'm gonna put Dr. Pepper in it. I would never. You can remove the little like silver part and wash that, so I probably could put Dr. Pepper in there, but I would be too nervous that I would ruin it. So it's gonna sit over there by my skull. I don't think you guys can see it, but right here. Hi there, Peggy. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. Let's go with the Earth and Bone. So I want to know what we're getting away from. Oh, wow. Migration. Definitely some solid validation for the Swords being about a departure or leaving something behind that isn't working out for you, right? It's number 15, and it says initiate, beginnings, freedom, adventure, and first step. And then we also have number 7, which is heart, and it says emotional awakening, creativity, intuition, and follow your heart. I love the art on this deck. It's super beautiful. But we've got clearly somebody that is realizing that in their best interest, they have to make a change, right? So I think we have someone taking care of themselves, which maybe is a bit out of character. So because of the cup, I feel like, well, I think it technically said goblet box. I think we got to go with the Egyptian tarot. Just feels right, don't you think? How's it going, Drew? Thank you. All right, we've got the Queen of Cups, Ten of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like I'm reading for this Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. The more notable attribute would be this is somebody that is seen as a good person to talk to if you need advice or if you need a hug. This person has a heart, right? Like the card that just came out. But they've gone through something. There's a need to, I think, take a little bit of time and focus that like kind of mothering or caring energy inward on themselves. Because we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and this suggests that we have somebody that's going through a bit of a recovery, and it's not something that, like, oh, I'm hungover, so I need to have some delicious soup and maybe like cuddle up with a movie, and then I'll feel better in a couple of hours or, like in a day, whatever your process is. This is like, no, I'm going to need like some weeks to chill. But we have a Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is a different energy. And I feel like this is somebody who knows how to have fun in like a good way. This feels like a friendship energy. So I feel like there's somebody that's entering the equation here for this Queen of Cups. And with the Queen of Pentacles energy, you have somebody that's very trustworthy, somebody that you could, tell a secret to. And if you ask them to keep it to themselves, they actually would, that kind of thing. Hi there, Miss Joanna. How are you doing? Yeah, I don't miss hangovers either. I don't really drink. I like Dos Equis. I like Bloody Marys, but I don't like being drunk. Just kind of meh. All right, Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is a blessing that I feel like somebody has some inkling is coming in. So I think the longer you've been on some sort of spiritual journey, you understand that there are peaks and valleys, right? Highs and lows, things that go well, things that go wrong. And you may get to a point where you start to recognize a pattern, kind of sense, okay, I think something good is about to happen. I've done what I know I can do, right? I've controlled the controllables. This is feeling to me like I've been setting myself up where I've been trying to build a new foundation. I've been trying to start fresh or do things different. I know things are going to get better for me. And then they do. With the Eight of Swords in the reverse, this is like limitations or restrictions that have been lifted. If you can picture the Eight of Swords from the Rider-Waite, that's literally a lady with a blindfold tied up in front of a bunch of swords. We don't have that here. It's kind of a cool little dude. But we've got, I kind of like this illustration because I believe that would be, I think alligators are just in Florida, right? Or like primarily. And crocodiles would be in Egypt. I don't really remember, but feel free to correct me. Either way, when it's in the reverse, I think of this dude getting out, okay? Maybe that's not what everyone wants, but I'm all about like nature being in nature, okay? Please don't attack me, Mr. Crocodile. But this is like not having to be restricted, not having to be stuck in one place. So we have something that's pretty important here in terms of somebody feeling free, free to be themselves, free to go where they want, free to be happy. I'm hoping we see the sun because that's a great indicator of happiness and somebody feeling, like safe or secure. We have the Fool, Four of Wands, and the Tower. Yeah, so a lot of indication that somebody could be traveling or moving. Literally, this could be just a really great vacation that helps somebody kind of reset their mind. But there's a change in lifestyle. This isn't just like a flash in the pan, right? Somebody looks at life differently as a result. I was just talking the other day to somebody about the people talk about the culture shock you experience when you leave a place and go somewhere that's radically different, right? Or at least very different, right? I lived in Mexico for a while and I loved it. I adore Mexico. I would love to go back tomorrow if I could. Maybe I'll have to find a way. But it was an experience that changed me. Learning about a different culture, meeting people that come from a different background, understanding how they see things was very meaningful and helped me to kind of see things in a new way, like just folding that into my experience, right? But people don't really talk about as much the culture shock that you experience when you come back. Because when I came back, I'd been gone for a couple months. Everybody had like new inside jokes. New buildings had been built, or like businesses had closed, or people had like quit school or whatever it was. Um, I felt like I had to like re-meet all of these people. So there's some sense here that there's like a rebuilding, right? There's this shock or this change, this shift that makes somebody kind of have to like recapture their balance. But with the Four of Wands, there is every indication that we have a strong foundation built, that things are going in the right direction. So perhaps you've already done the travel, perhaps you've already done the moving. Whatever it is, there's a strong foundation that gets built for this new beginning. And in part, it's because this Queen of Cups is willing to take a chance. You're willing to do something different, willing to go somewhere different. We have the Stars, the Ace of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So what we are freed from is some sort of loss or inequity. Like when I see the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, the things that come to my mind, keeping, of course, in mind that this is a general reading, so it's not all of these, right? Be like not getting your inheritance as it was stated, not getting paid what you were promised, not having a partner that wants to do things equitably. There's unfairness in this card. So what happens to me when I see these three cards is like this sense that this truth has come out regarding this injustice or regarding this particular situation that made you feel like there was a loss. And with the stars, it's plural in the Egyptian tarot, by the way. It feels to me like this is clarifying our Three of Wands to say, yeah, you have some intuition. You know that there's going to be something good that comes in for you to deal with this. So I do feel like I'm reading for somebody that has a little bit of like spiritual knowledge about how things eventually balance out, right? This is the Golden Lenormand. Wow. Definitely travel. We have another ship. Remember, we had the Six of Swords, which has people in a little boat, a bunch of swords for some reason. Because, you know, whenever I'm in a boat, I really want to make sure I have like six swords just chilling, ready for a fight. Hey, guess what? I think the number 3 might be important. 3 and 33. The ship and the key. Whoever I'm reading for, the solution to almost any problem that you have in your life is being willing to pivot or move in a way that other people are not. What I'm seeing in my mind is kind of silly, but it's literally that scene from Matrix when Neo is like, and like avoids, of course, the like wall of bullets or whatever. I'm not saying that you're in this situation like Neo. I mean, I really hope you're not. What I'm saying is you have the ability to move in ways that other people don't. You can call it being a chameleon. You can call it being like, what's that word? It starts with an A, adaptable. I found it. Whatever it is, you can take into consideration what the environment is and figure out how to best incorporate yourself into that. And as a result, I think recently you may have realized that that fresh chapter is a good thing for you every now and then, and it doesn't have to be as scary as it is for a lot of people. Change can be something that a lot of people loathe, like detest. I don't want to change. I have a routine. Everything's fine. Don't make me do anything different, blah, blah, blah. But change, much like scorched earth can be good in a farm, right? Like change can help you feel alive, can help you adjust the things that aren't working for you, and really kind of like, I don't know, shake off the dead skin. There's a need to be willing to adapt. And I think you're good at it, or you're getting good at it. All right, let's go. We're going to go with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Seven of Swords in the reverse. The World in the reverse. I chuckled because we also have another seven, the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So another repeater here. Not as cool as the 333. I do enjoy that. I love seeing the Seven of Swords in the reverse because often this indicates that we have somebody coming clean or being honest, not wanting to hide anything. And what somebody doesn't want to hide is that something is incomplete. So for the majority of you, I feel like this is you being honest with yourself. You saying, I know what works, I know what doesn't, I know what might be holding me back, I know what might be a little bit difficult to change, but I can change. There's clarity here, and I feel like a lot of it is about yourself and what you want or don't want. Beyond that, I think there's also a sense here that this clarity is also tied to your discernment. Maybe you've had a few recent issues, befriended people you shouldn't, trusted people you shouldn't, but I think you've really kind of firmed up. This is what I'm willing to do. This is who I'm willing to trust. And it's a short list. Like, you know, don't lend money to people. Gift it to people. And if they pay you back, that's great. But don't give money away you can't afford to lose. That kind of stuff, right? You get to a certain point where you're just like, I want to trust all of you, but I don't. So you gotta have like ground rules for myself kind of thing, right? So I feel like somebody has been like tidying up their house, but it's like tidying up their boundaries, their self-respect, making sure it's like, it feels like maintenance though. So I feel like this isn't new. I feel like you're getting better at it. It's more like the vibe. Page of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, there has been some sort of shakeup here that impacted your finances, but I feel like you've been doing your best just to keep focused on work or doing what you can to improve the situation. There is some sort of communication. I feel like this Page of Wands is more so you're waiting for this communication, and this could be what comes in, this blessing that comes in for you. It may even have been that you've gotten some sort of confirmation from an unexpected place. Yeah, you've got some good karma. Yeah, you've got some prosperity or abundance coming your way. Maybe more so in like a real world vibe, like, hey, yeah, you're due a raise in January, something along those lines, right? But things are going to be improving for you. Temperance, Ace of Swords again. We had that up here. Knight of Wands. For some of you, it literally feels like what you need to do, like this sense of incomplete, or like what I need in order to like make things right, is to take a trip. Like, I haven't watched this movie in a really long time. I don't even remember like the main characters' names, but for some reason it's come to mind. So it's going to be important for someone. A Trip to Bountiful. Super old, okay? I think it's one of my mom's favorites. But obviously, it's about a trip, you guys. I know, shocker. I feel like for some of you, there's like a homecoming or a vacation or a person you need to visit, a person you want to see. And this is really important for you. This person helps you solidify this clarity you have or this intuition that you have. I feel like you're two halves of the same whole. So this could very well be somebody in your family. This could be somebody that you see as like a twin flame or a soulmate. Soulmates don't have to be romantic. Remember, that could just be like a really close friend that you feel like understands you better than most people, right? For others of you, this Ace of Swords clarifying the world in the reverse, this is more so about I need to actually do the thing that I know I need to do. I don't think it's take the trash out. I mean, the actual trash. We're not talking about toxic people. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like you know what you need to do in order to create this balance because you understand what the Temperance card means, right? I'm reading for somebody that is patient but has a temper. Do you know what I'm saying? Reads the room, doesn't unleash things unless it's required, right? Trying to think of a good example. So when I was younger, like I think maybe 12-ish, I went on a walk to the neighborhood next to mine with my dad, and there's this house over there that didn't have a real fence, but they had one of those like electric fences. So if the dog with the collar crossed it, he would get shocked, blah, blah, blah. But it created some issues in that neighborhood because people would walk by the house, the dogs would get angry, and people would get like uncomfortable and think they were get attacked by those dogs because they didn't see a fence, right? But I noticed whenever we walked by, my dad would just kind of like stand his ground, not like raise his voice, but be very firm and make very clear with his like presentation, stature, not running, all of that. I'm in control here. Sit or stop, whatever, you know? He wasn't afraid of those dogs. And a lot of people give in to the temptation to either like run away, totally understand, or like escalate the situation by like yelling or, making it seem like you're the aggressor, which is probably not the best idea based on what I know about dogs. So I feel like that's what I have here. It's like somebody who knows in a situation, it's not a good idea for me to raise my voice. I don't need to raise my voice. If I feel like it's escalated and I need to like escalate things on my side as well, then I will. But here's the thing. You're looking at yourself and you're like, oh, there is this thing I probably need to address. This thing that would help me feel at peace. Maybe it's forgiving someone. Maybe it's letting go of someone. Maybe it's planting a tree because you chopped one down. I don't know, but there's balance that is achieved through honesty. And I feel like that honesty is honesty with yourself. Queen of Swords in the reverse, 10 of Cups, Fool in the reverse. Here's why a trip is important, because the 10 of Cups to me, not so much coming through as a love situation, although it could be. More so this is coming through as like the home, right? The living situation. I feel like there was somebody here that was dealing with a really toxic individual in the nearby vicinity, in the home, near the home, could be a neighbor. But this person with the Fool in the reverse, this person was trying to get under your skin, was trying to find ways to ruin your living situation. So I do feel like for many of you, there is this focus on building a happy or like comfortable home, right? Now that I've found something, now that I know where I'm going, now that I'm here, whatever it is, how do I make this like me feel like mine, right? Wherever I live, there will always be Christmas lights. Like, I don't just do this for you guys. There's definitely more over there. That's just a part of making it your own, right? I'm sure for other people, there are a lot of other things that they do, like put a cross on the wall, put a mermaid skeleton on your lamp. It's not a real mermaid, okay, you guys? Don't look at me like that. Ooh, let's switch decks. I want some Kipper. Let's see what we got. Do you think I'll get another 3? I would giggle. Guys. Wild. What just happened? Marriage is the word on that card. The number is 3. Did I mention 3 is important? 3 is important. If you haven't seen it or it isn't important to you, like birthday month or something, then you're going to see it. But then we also have 19, which is coffin. So this is an interesting combination. I feel like there are people who were considering a long-term committed relationship, such as marriage, with somebody that they are no longer committing or pursuing. This could be divorce for some, but honestly, it kind of feels more so like I had this idea that I might one day be with this person long-term, and I don't know, Kind of like I just need a breather. I need some time to myself. Stop. You guys, I quit. Do you see the number on there? It says 33. 3, 33, 3, 33. I've pulled 4 cards from this deck, and I only pulled 2 from that. Concern. And we also have number 24, which is thief. And both of these were in the reverse. So here's the deal. I feel like it's a great thing that these are in the reverse, because whatever this is feels more like I escaped an issue, right? Like I said, I don't think it's really divorce. It feels more for me like I thought about getting close to somebody, or I wanted to be like your partner in crime, but maybe even like in the nick of time, you find out that somebody isn't right, or somebody's like not who they say they are. I feel like somebody gets out of a situation where they thought they were going to get married. But it's not a concern. It's a good thing. It's about somebody getting to safety, or somebody being in a better situation, getting out of toxic relationship. With thief in the reverse, it's interesting because what I think is this isn't like a third party situation. I feel like this is finding out more about who you are and how that impacts who you want to be with. There was a moral difference. That's what I'm taking this card as. Like, I just don't think I could be with somebody like you because I couldn't do what you do, or I couldn't treat people the way you treat people. I couldn't, whatever it is, do what you do for money. It's just like we don't understand each other in a deeper sense is what happened between these people. All right, let's go with the Morgan Greer. So we have the King of Cups, Page of Swords, Seven of Cups. I think we have somebody that was saying something in particular in order to create some sort of illusion, but I'm not sure that they were successful. I'm not sure it really worked out for them. Right? Like, what I'm really drawn to is this mask, and I was like in my mind kind of chuckling. Like, if I showed up in that mask, I would feel like I was trying to be a Jabberwockies instead of like doing something original, like, you know, a Freddy mask. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't like the mask is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like there's something here about recognizing that somebody's wearing a mask or knowing that somebody's being fake. It's like you answer me too quickly. You didn't actually. Okay, let's use this example. Let's say I send you a 5-minute clip from YouTube, right? Some funny clip with, I don't know, Jennifer Lawrence. Name a celebrity. But I send it to you, and then within 2 minutes, you respond and you say, haha, that was hilarious. I'm like, you didn't even watch half of it. How could you possibly watch the whole thing? It's that vibe, right? Like, you are trying too hard, or something isn't like, normally you would not be cool with that, or normally there would be an argument. I don't know. This kind of like sets off this string of conversations, and I feel like this Emperor is actually our Queen of Cups, to be honest. Because this Emperor has stood up to this Queen of Swords in the reverse. And I think this Queen of Swords in the reverse could very well be the King of Cups, or somebody that is related to, also friends with, whatever it is. But we have this Emperor energy that I think holds in until the right moment what they have to say, but doesn't give a detail more. Like the Seven of Pentacles is like, anything I tell you is just kind of like a waste. I know it's just like talking to a brick wall, you know, like you're not going to change. This isn't going to be different. I'm going to keep some things to myself. But, you know, Emperor states basically, I said my piece, or I did what I needed to do. Because I feel like this person is looking right at the King of Cups like, I can't believe you. How dare you? We have the Magician. Interesting. The Magician, the Chariot in the reverse, and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is frustrating energy. The best way I can describe it is having the energy or the like initiative to do things but only like to keep others with you instead of like helping yourself move forward. So, what I'm taking this little trio of cards to mean is, oh no, I can like be assertive, or I can do things, I can get things done. I'm resourceful when it comes to keeping people stuck with me, when it comes to making sure people can't walk away from me. But if you want me to do anything to like actually help myself or like contribute to my own spiritual journey, I ain't got time for that. Definitely don't have the resources of any kind for that. Just kind of like a stubborn energy. I don't normally like this Nine of Cups card, but today it's my buddy. This is a great trio to follow this up, because somebody was like, I feel like I can keep you stuck. You're not going to be able to like get out, right? But clearly we had somebody that got away from some sort of limitation or restriction, right? And here we have these Six of Swords again. A beautiful like bookend, because that was the first trio that we had, right? The Six of Swords was at the end of that one as well. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Six of Swords, another duo, by the way, two sixes. But we've got somebody here that the Emperor, Queen of Cups, you, knows how to stand up for themselves or make a change in a way that balances that scale back out. Temperance, right? We're getting back to what's fair is fair, that kind of energy. So I feel like either somebody makes things fair for you, or you file some sort of legal document or find a way to make things fair. Nine of Cups, you get what you want. And in part, it's because you're willing to pivot or move however you need to. So, I don't know, do some yoga, be flexible. You need to be able to move. All right. I don't know. I left two cards lying there. This was actually from the last reading, but I'm going to call them out just because I left them on there. King of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Swords. Don't let liars tell you what the truth is. If somebody has already demonstrated a willingness to manipulate the truth of a situation, don't look to them to give you some sort of confirmation of what you know to be true. All right, we're going to get a few from the miniature Rider-Waite. We have the Star. There's guidance here for you, so be sure to look for it. I do feel like there is a way in particular you feel comfortable receiving information, perhaps through song lyrics, perhaps through street lamps, dreams, whatever it is. There's something here that's telling you what this last thing is that you need to do. And with the Page of Cups in the reverse, it like, I'm not trying to like make you feel bad about yourself. It deals with like the remaining immaturity in you, something that stops you short from being able to be the person you want to be. Trying to think of a good example. So like, I remember being really disappointed in myself once, like, well, more than once, trust me. But in particular, at this little house party I was at, where I decided it was a brilliant idea to drink wine, but also wear white pants. You see where this is going, right? We're sitting on the floor playing some card game or whatever. And sure enough, red wine, white pants, it's a thing. It was like legitimately the first time I'd even worn the white pants. Poor white pants. And I kind of lost my shit, you guys. Lost my shit. not pleased with how I handled that situation, because I should have seen that that was probably what was going to happen when you go to a drinking situation with wine, right? So like these are things that you learn over time. Definitely no risk of that happening now. But like for me, I know that what like really triggered me was that I had spent all day trying to not get anything on those white pants. And that if I had been smart enough to do it the right way, I would have changed my pants before going out or before going to that party. Just knowing that shit happens, right? So in part, I was angry at myself as well as the person who spilled the wine, right? So, because I know that about myself, I've been able to make some strides. Maybe I'm not perfect, but like knowing what really sets me off, right? Like, if I know I'm already like really concerned about potentially ruining an article of clothing in terms of where I'm wearing it, then maybe I should choose a different outfit, right? All right. So we have the Emperor. He did come out in the upright, in case you're wondering. This is somebody taking charge, right? I already told you this Emperor is the Queen of Cups. So again, gender is not what we're reading here, people. We are reading energy. This is somebody standing up for themselves, taking action, doing what they need to. So you're going to get messages until you do the thing that you are supposed to do. Enjoy it. It's like when you work at a retail location and they have the same like 18 songs on a loop that you're supposed to listen to for like 5 weeks. And then finally Christmas happens and you're like, bye, Mariah. See you again next year. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Slow recovery, but recovery nonetheless. We have the Ten of Swords in the reverse up here as well. Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse. So this feels to me like this slow recovery is from a false beginning. Like I was saying, I feel like this was a relationship that didn't quite get to that point, right? And then bad news happened. But I think at a certain point, whoever I'm reading for, you see this as a gift. The truth is the gift, right? Because then you avoid more heartache or something being worse down the line, and you're able to build this stronger foundation or like house for yourself that's built on something different or more meaningful. Hello there, Uchi. How are you doing? I hope you enjoyed the reading. I think I'm going to leave it there. I appreciate all the likes and the subscribes. Happy New Year. If I don't see you before, well, we've got just like a couple of days now. And I hope to see you on the next reading. Bye, guys.